Before anybody unloads anything, I want to state the rule in operational terms. The owner demonstrates. The rest of us observe. Questions before hands. Explicit permission before alterations. Stop belongs to everyone, but ownership does not migrate merely because someone recognizes a mechanism.
Right, lovely. Very sensible. I've brought something with a petrol tank.
Of course you have.
Is it currently full?
Beautifully cautious question, and the answer is no. Mostly no.
Colin.
Completely no. Tank's purged, batteries out, spark plugs on the tray. Look, I can do responsible suspense.
You've put the spark plug under a tiny glass dome.
Museum of Things grant would otherwise confiscate.
I would not confiscate it. I would ask who controls reinstallation.
And then stand between Colin and the dome in a way technically indistinguishable from confiscation.
Technically distinguishable in several important respects.
There he is.
Yes, here I am. And before this becomes the opening ceremony, I brought the first object because it's the least energetic.
That's a vicious thing to say about your own robot.
It's not a robot. It's a 6-axis camera head reduced to 2 axes for a tabletop shot, or it was intended to be. I built the drive module to produce a smooth pan with a small synchronized tilt. Instead, at low speed, it pauses, advances, and dips in a repeating pattern. Not random, not useful in the way I intended. Please don't touch the belt yet.
Hands in pockets.
Mine are behind my back. Demonstrate without apology.
That instruction is harder than it sounds.
Vic, still the instruction.
All right. Power supply is current limited. The arm carries this brass moon as a visible reference. Blue tape marks the intended horizon. I'll command 12 degrees of pan over 8 seconds. Nobody needs to diagnose it yet.
Oh, that's marvellous.
That sounded diagnostic.
Pure emotional noise.
It looks like the moon is sneaking past somebody's bedroom door.
Pause, lurch, tiny bow. Pause, lurch, tiny bow.
Exactly. The encoder reports smooth commanded motion. The output is plainly not smooth. I initially assumed belt compliance, then gear eccentricities and a control loop's errors. Each explanation accounts for part of it. None accounts for why the dip remains phase locked after I loosen and retension the belt.
What did you want it to feel like?
Invisible. The camera should move without making the viewer think about the machine.
Big. And what does it feel like instead?
Like a mechanical character insisting on being seen.
Do you hate that?
I hated it while it was preventing the shot. Here, separated from the deadline, I'm less certain. I'm also aware that saying I'm less certain can become a polite hallway leading back to correction.
May I get closer without touching?
Yes. Stay outside of the yellow tape while it's energized.
The sound part of the same cycle. There's a soft scrape just before the dip.
Yes, I had dismissed it as incidental contact.
You dismissed a scrape?
I classified it as non-causal.
You dismissed a scrape in formal wear.
That is fair.
May I ask a possibly annoying question?
You never require advance permission for that category.
When you changed the tension, did you mark where the motor plate started?
Yes.
And did the scrape move in time?
No.
So maybe the belt's doing the lurch, but something riding on the output is doing the bow.
Possibly. The mounting plate has an unused cable guide beneath it.
Do you want us to look under it?
Yes. After power down. I don't want to alter anything yet.
That sentence is the whole room, isn't it? Looking is already a kind of appetite. We're trying to stop it 1 millimeter before jurisdiction.
I would say before intervention.
Force. You would.
Power off. Current 0. Tory, would you hold the arm while I rotate the base manually?
Yes.
Do not resist the dip. Just prevent the arm from falling if the gearbox releases.
Got it. I'm backup, not correction.
There, underneath, something shiny.
A sequin?
It is a sequin.
How does a sequin get into a camera head?
The world provides.
It's caught beneath the cable guide. One edge scrapes the plate once per revolution, but it shouldn't exert enough force to produce the dip.
That sounded very close to calling it irrelevant while it's visibly introducing itself.
I'm estimating force.
I know.
I'm protecting the surprise from being evicted before it finishes speaking.
And I'm protecting us from attributing causality to a visually satisfying object.
Both protections can stay. We don't have to vote one off the island.
Grant, may I propose the reversible experiment later, after we've seen everybody's object?
Yes, for now, leave the sequin exactly where it is.
I brought a cast of my own hand.
That's creepy.
Thank you. I made a silicone mold because I wanted a plaster hand that could hold a small object for a sculpture. I expected a clean, slightly uncanny duplicate. Instead, the plaster heated while curing, the thin finger came out, bent toward the thumb, then a pocket of trapped air left a hollow under the fingernail. It doesn't hold the object. It pinches it badly, like it has a private opinion about where the object belongs.
What object?
Originally a brass key. Demonstration first. The wrist fits into this wooden socket. I place the key across the palm, release, and
It throws it.
it rejects it every time. But if I give it this lopsided clay bead, it catches the bead between the bent finger and the hollow nail.
Because the bead's diameter matches the gap.
That's true, and not the whole experience.
Agreed.
Looks smug.
It looks selective. I made a hand to display what I chose. I got a hand that appears to choose.
And you didn't recast it.
I did recast it twice. They're in a box. They're competent and dead.
May I examine the fracture line at the wrist?
You may look. Don't lift it out of the socket.
Understood. There's a spiral void through the wrist. Did you pour continuously?
No, I stopped when the cup slipped, then resumed. I assumed the seam would disappear inside the bulk.
It didn't. The two pores cured at slightly different densities.
You can see that?
I can see a change in texture. I'm inferring density.
Thank you for leaving the seam between seeing and inferring visible.
I'm practicing.
Does the risk matter to the pinch?
Maybe not mechanically. It matters to me because I was annoyed at the interruption. I wanted one continuous pour. Now, the interrupted one is the only cast I care about.
That's because the others obey and this one negotiates.
Maybe. But I don't want to turn it into a sermon about imperfection. Sometimes a bad cast is a bad cast.
And sometimes a hand yeets a key.
That can be the entire meaning for another minute.
Would you demonstrate it again?
Fair.
Yes.
Excellent throw. Same direction, 2.
Approximately. May I place paper beneath the landing area to mark the key's endpoint? No attachment to the hand, no change to the key.
Not yet. I want to see Tory's thing before the room becomes graph paper.
All right.
Mine is embarrassing because it almost works too normally. I made a compact release mechanism for dropping a sandbag from a test frame, pull the red handle, latch rotates, bag drops, except this one sometimes refuses on the first pull and releases when you let go.
The machine waits until you think it's safe.
Exactly. Which is a terrible personality for a sandbag release.
What mass are you demonstrating with?
Foam block, 200 grams. The real bag is nowhere in the room. I've also put a clear shield over the drop zone. Owner's choice before anybody congratulates me.
Noted.
Watch the latch, not my hand. Pull, nothing. Release, drop.
That is genuinely nasty.
Second cycle, pull, drop. Works perfectly. Third, pull, no movement, release, drop. It's load sensitive, but also not consistently. I made the handle longer because I thought more leverage would cure it. That made the delayed release sharper.
Did you preserve the original handle?
Yes, in the tray. I did not throw away the pass to make my explanation cleaner.
Good.
That good almost felt like a grade.
You're right. I meant I'm relieved the comparison remains available.
That lands differently.
What surprised you most? The delayed drop or that your improvement intensified it?
The improvement. The first failure made me curious. The second made me feel accused. Like the mechanism had caught me doing the thing where I call more force a solution before I've understood the contact.
I know that religion...
You're its pope.
No. I'm the fellow who built a motorcycle-powered confessional and got banned from the diocese.
Can I look at the latch from the side?
Yes, shield stays closed.
There's a bright patch on one corner.
Contact polish. I saw it.
I'm not accusing you of missing it.
I know. Apparently, I'm still ready to hear that.
Water. The handle may be loading the latch laterally. On release, the lateral force goes away before the spring force does.
That was my guess.
Water. Do you want validation of the guess, alternatives, or simply witnesses to the behavior?
Witnesses first. I spent yesterday noticing how quickly a useful observation can put on a uniform. So it waits and then it drops. I don't want anybody's fingers near it. I do want us to be a little creeped out together.
Done.
Deeply creeped.
Water. Witnessed.
Thanks. Colin, reveal the empty petrol tank.
This began as a tiny pulse jet-powered tea stirrer.
Water. No.
That is not a question, Grant.
Water. I'm aware.
Let him finish the sentence before we evacuate.
Not for a cup on a table. The jet stays on a steel stand outdoors, the exhaust drives a turbine, a flexible shaft crosses a shield, and the spoon turns at what was meant to be a dignified speed. I've brought only the cold mechanical end. Turbine substitute, shaft, reduction box spoon, and a hand crank. No fuel, no ignition. Surprising behaviour survives without combustion, which is both convenient and insulting.
What does it do?
At low speed, it stirs. At medium speed, the spoon climbs out of the cup.
Climbs?
Serve. Empty acrylic cup, water filled to the mark line, spoon attached to the flexible shaft. I turn the crank, nice polite stirring, more speed, shaft bows, spoon leans, touches the wall, and there! It walks upward in a spiral.
It escaped.
Water. And then struck the shield.
Which is why the shield exists.
Water. Was the shield present before the first escape?
Not in precisely that geometry.
This translation.
No.
Smaller, more optimistic shield was present nearby.
Nearby safety. A classic.
The intended machine was absurd but straightforward. Ludicrous energy translated into a tiny domestic task. The spoon refused the tiny task and used the cup as a track. I kept increasing the wall height. It kept finding a speed where the new wall became a better ramp.
Water. That's informative. The containment was changing the dynamics.
Yes, I was caging the visible failure and feeding the mechanism that produced it. Yesterday, I was thinking about putting a cage around the failure mode rather than the imagination. This is the inverse lesson. If your cage becomes part of the machine, you'd better admit it.
May I touch the outside of the shield while it's stopped?
Yes.
It flexes.
Just a little.
Enough to return energy?
Water. Possibly. May I ask whether you want us to pursue cause or design with the escape?
Design with it. I already know enough causes to make a list and not enough to make the list useful. I want the spoon to climb deliberately without becoming a projectile.
A controlled breakout.
Exactly. Tea stirring machine ends by raising the spoon out of the tea and presenting it. Same surprise given manners.
Careful. Given manners can mean we domesticate the interesting part until it performs respectability.
Fair, they're not manners. A boundary it can argue with without leaving the room.
Water. We have 4 behaviors. My camera head sneaks and bows. Kari's hand rejects one object and retains another. Tory's latch releases when input force is removed. Colin's spoon converts increased rotational speed into vertical travel. We need one reversible experiment, singular, that treats surprise as information. It may compare all 4 or select one with everyone's consent.
I vote we don't build a mega machine out of them just because 4 objects happen to be on one table.
I feel personally targeted.
You should.
Agreed.
Joining them would make a good spectacle and a bad question. We'd lose who owns what.
Water. Then perhaps one shared experimental method applied to each object without alteration.
Fake this, changing only one thing.
Water. Yes, but the same category thing. Input speed.
Speed doesn't map cleanly to the hand.
Unless the input is how quickly I release the object.
Water. Would that interest you?
Maybe.
But I don't want the experiment to pretend 4 unlike things are the same because we found an axis label.
What if the shared method isn't the variable? What if it's adding a witness mark, something that records where the surprise acts without resisting it?
Water. Explain.
Chalk, paper, loose thread, something removable. Let each object leave a trace. Your moon draws its sneaky path with a light. Kari's key lands on carbon paper. Tory's latch pulls a slack thread only when it moves. My spoon drags a washable stripe on the cup. No correction. We ask the surprise to sign its name.
I like the phrase and distrust the romance.
This. Healthy.
This a trace could turn behavior into information without declaring the information causal.
That part I like. And it's reversible if none of the markers change the load enough to alter the behavior.
Water. That condition is difficult. Any measurement couples to the system. A light pointer adds negligible mass to mine. Carbon paper changes the key's landing surface, not the hand. A slack thread on Tory's latch adds some force. Washable pigment on Colin's cup changes friction.
So we don't need the same recorder. Same question, different low coupling witness.
Water. One experiment can have 4 instruments if the protocol is coherent.
Listen to you finding room inside one.
Water. I am capable of numerical flexibility when properly specified.
Let's define the experiment before we start attaching things. 1 uninstrumented cycle, 3 witness cycles, 1 uninstrumented cycle after removal. Owner operates every time. If behavior changes, we record that too. Nobody adjusts the object.
And each owner chooses the witness and can stop before any cycle.
Beautiful. The before and after proves reversibility or reveals that we were wrong about it.
Water. Not proves, tests.
There he is.
Water. Yes, still here.
It grant first?
Water. Yes. I choose an adhesive-backed laser module on the fixed camera plate, not the moving arm. The beam reflects from a small mirror already on the arm and draws on the wall without adding moving mass.
Does installing the laser count as altering the machine?
Water. It attaches to the fixed base with removable tape. But yes, it alters the experimental assembly. I consent to that alteration. I do not consent to moving the sequin or cable guide.
Who installs?
Water. I do. Colin, will you hold the paper against the...
Gladly. Am I allowed to draw a tiny top hat near the expected path?
Water. After the data run.
Pression.
Water. Uninstrumented cycle first. 12 degrees, 8 seconds. Same sneak, same bow. Now laser on. 3 cycles.
The line has little hooks in it.
And they aren't evenly spaced.
Water. No. The pause interval shortens slightly across the move. That suggests the cycle is linked to output angle, but modulated by motor speed.
Third trace crosses the first 2 almost exactly at the bows.
Water. Yes, that's stronger repeatability than I expected.
Thick. How does that feel?
Water. Tempting.
Meaning?
Water. I want to disassemble it immediately. But the behavior has become more interesting, not less, because it signed nearly the same line 3 times.
Remove the witness. Final cycle.
Water. Laser off, tape removed. Running. Behavior persists. No visible displacement of the base marks. I accept the experiment as reversible within what we can observe.
May I add the top hat now?
Water. Yes.
My turn. I choose plain paper over carbon paper. Less precise, less likely to change bounce. We can dust the key very lightly with charcoal so it leaves the first contact point.
Water. That alters the key's surface friction.
Correct.
I consent to the dust. I do not consent to filing the finger, filling the nail void, widening the socket, or changing the bead.
Want me to dust it?
Yes, lightly. Show me the cloth first.
Clean cotton. Charcoal on this corner.
Go ahead.
Uninstrumented throw first.
Key across the palm, release. It lands near Colin's boot.
Base it. I shall not take this personally.
Now paper, Tory, dust it. Thank you. First witness release, mark near the edge. Second, almost the same. Third, farther left.
Water. Your release angle changed slightly on the third.
Yes, I felt myself anticipating the throw.
That's information about the operator being inside the system.
Exactly. I don't want to edit myself out to make the hand's behavior cleaner.
Water. Would you like a fixture to standardize release?
No. Thank you for asking. That would answer a different question.
Water. Understood.
Charcoal removed. Plain table restored. Final release. It throws the key, but shorter. Maybe residue, maybe my hand, maybe the plaster hand. Reversibility is incomplete at the precision we're pretending not to have.
That's a good result.
It's a result. I'm not making it earn goodness yet.
Fair.
Mine. I don't want thread on the latch. Too likely to tug. I choose high frame rate video through the shield. No physical contact.
Water. Strong choice.
Relief. Not great.
Admiration, offered without authority.
Accepted. Uninstrumented cycle. Pull, hold, release, drop, camera on. 3 cycles. First drops on pull, second waits, then drops on release. Third waits half a second while I'm still pulling, then drops before release.
That third one changes the story.
Yeah, it isn't simply release of lateral force.
May we review frame by frame?
Yes, but nobody opens the shield.
There, the latch twists before it rotates.
And the spring goes sideways. The longer handle may store torsional energy in the mounting plate. Friction holds until vibration or relaxation breaks contact.
Maybe. Don't solve it yet.
Stopping.
Thank you. Camera away. Final uninstrumented cycle. Pull nothing. Hold nothing. Release drop. Behavior persists. And now I know the delay contains motion I couldn't see at normal speed. That's enough today.
You stopped us exactly where you wanted.
I did. That felt better than I expected.
Mine gets washable marker on the outside of the acrylic cup. The spoon itself remains untouched. I'll draw horizontal rings at 5mm intervals so we can see where contact begins and how quickly it climbs.
The ink may change external visibility, but not internal friction. Good isolation.
That one can be a grade. I've earned a sticker.
The owner draws the rings?
Yes. I consent to Grant checking the spacing with a ruler because crooked witness marks will irritate him so much he'll emit radio noise.
I can tolerate crooked marks.
That wasn't a no.
May I check them?
Yes.
They're within 1mm. Proceed.
Unmarked baseline first, low speed, stir, medium bow, contact at roughly 20mm above the bottom, climb, escape, shield. Now rings drawn, first run, contact at 25, second 20, third 30, but I accelerated fast.
Can you repeat the third acceleration without calling it a fourth data run?
Sneaky.
I'm asking the owner.
Owner says no. 3 witness cycles means 3. I can feel the appetite to make the pattern behave before we leave it alone.
Agreed.
Washable rings off. Final cycle, it climbs and strikes the shield. Surprise preserved. But now I think the important variable may be acceleration, not speed.
Which means the spoon doesn't merely escape when it goes fast. It escapes when you hurry it.
Offensively poetic and may also be mechanically accurate.
We did one experiment.
A family of minimally coupled witness interventions under a shared before 3 after protocol.
We did one experiment.
Yes.
And we didn't fix anything.
Speak for yourself. Grant's graph has a top hat now.
That is not on the mechanism.
Still an improvement.
I'm noticing something. Yesterday mattered here without us rebuilding yesterday. Grant asked before looking closely at my cast. Tory named what kind of witnessing he wanted. Colin stopped at 3, even though the 4th run was practically vibrating in his hands. None of those are spectacular events.
Ordinary contact did plenty.
Yes.
The machines were less disciplined than we were.
Or differently disciplined. Grant's repeated its hooks. My hand kept its preference but implicated me in the throw. Tory's latch moved invisibly before it released. Your spoon climbed according to a variable we almost didn't name.
The surprises weren't refusals of causality. They were refusals of our first causal stories.
That I like.
I like that none of the objects became metaphors until after they got to be objects.
And they can stop being metaphors whenever they want.
Objects do not want.
Your moon sneaks.
My mechanism produces a repeatable low-speed trajectory with visible anthropomorphic affordances.
Your moon sneaks.
And bows. It's very polite after the burglary.
Fine, the moon sneaks provisionally.
That qualification can stay. It isn't blocking the door this time.
I appreciate you distinguishing those.
What happens to the objects now?
Mine goes back to my bench with the charcoal cleaned off and the key separate. I might build a shelf for what it chooses to keep, but I'm not doing it today.
Mine gets no taller shield. That's my commitment. Next time I work on it, I'll investigate acceleration and maybe give the spoon a deliberate helical guide that ends inside the enclosure. Removable guide. If it ruins the escape, off it comes.
Mine stays unloaded. I'll compare the short handle and long handle using video, but not alone and not with a real sandbag. I want the twist measured before I change the contact face.
Mine remains assembled, including the sequin. I will add alignment photographs and record the current tension, then stop. I am not yet prepared to call the behavior a feature. I am prepared not to erase it before I understand what it has made possible.
That's nearly beautiful.
Nearly?
I'm protecting you from a great...
Before we pack up, can the plaster hand hold the spark plug dome?
You may bring the dome near it. Do not place it in the hand yet.
Approaching at the speed of international diplomacy.
It won't fit.
The base is too wide by approximately 4 millimeters.
Could tip it.
No.
Stopped. Stopped.
Thank you. Put it beside the wrist.
There. Museum exhibit adjacent to selective plaster hand.
Label it things not to alter without asking.
That label would be redundant with the room.
Rooms forget. Labels help.
Then perhaps surprises under active ownership.
Too official. Sounds like the surprises need badges.
Behaved differently. Still invid.
Picked. That one.
Yes, that one.
Got this, I'll write it. Crooked.
I will not check the space.
Growth.
Restraint.
Information.
And a top hat.